Alrighty everyone, today is the day the Dial of Destiny is technically coming out to theaters across the nation, starting around 3 p.m. for the most part, so we're going to be able to learn exactly what the audience thinks about this movie, at least whoever's going to go ahead and see this movie, and going into tomorrow, that's the official release date, and then by Monday, we're going to be learning about the official box office results for this upcoming weekend to see roughly how it's performing. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get right into the subject. So one thing about Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny is that we know that people out there like Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Kathleen Kennedy have really been trying to upsell this movie by saying the most ludicrous things, like how this movie is better than the original 3 movies. They think that, they thoroughly believe that. Either they actually know what they are talking about, or they are just going out of this world crazy. Obviously, that's the wrong answer. Nothing can ever touch the original 3 movies, not even the Crystal Skull film. So, rushing into exactly what Bob Iger had to say about the box office projections, he seems to be getting quite upset and very defensive against the fandom, and especially those that have been raising their opinions about this movie, remaining very skeptical and very much guarded about this film, refusing to go ahead and see it in the theaters. Bob Iger has been losing his edge quite a bit and losing control about what's going on with Indy 5, and I think a lot of this is rooted to the fact that this is yet another nail in the coffin over at Disney, so let's get to it. Now, with Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger endlessly trying to upsell Indy 5 in response to the backlash in the box office projections, however, Iger recently addressed his concerns about Indy 5 and acknowledged the box office projections by delivering the following. "We would be lying if we didn't notice those box office projections and numbers for our 5th Indy film, and all I have to say to those projections is that they are completely false and not even accurate in the least to what we here at Disney are tracking. We not only have many pre-ticket sales sold, but most of the theaters nationwide to our knowledge have been getting close to sold out as we address the projections and the concerns here at Disney. These numbers are not only disrespectful to the creators and the hard-working cast and crew, but they are also giving a false image to Disney about a film that hasn't even technically released in theaters yet. And we view that as an unfair process. We wouldn't like to call these individuals refusing to see our film as the majority. This is nothing more than a minority right now that is trying to dwindle box office results for a film like The Dial of Destiny that we are most certain will be one of our most successful films for 2023. Now, guys, here is where Bob Iger gets it really wrong. So what he said is that they have so many pre-ticket sales, so many theaters that are close to being sold out across the nation. A lot of you, and thank you all of you by the way, that have been reaching toward me on here and on Twitter, telling me what your local theaters are looking like, and up to 90% of you, I did like a mathematical equation there, up to 90% of you guys out there that have reported back to me about what your theaters look like have really said that they are mostly empty. And that's for sales for today, tomorrow, and even Saturday. And that is a really bad sign, because you know why? Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, they have pre-ticket sales already, at least as far as I know from what I've heard, and a lot of theaters have been sold out, or close to being sold out. That is really bad. I mean, you have a major property by Disney like Indiana Jones, and not only that, a major franchise like Indiana Jones that's not even matching Mission Impossible. Well, that goes to show you that people are beginning to wake up and realizing what passionate creators look like. Tom Cruise is all about the fans. He has been very open about this. He even kind of low-key called out Disney many times, where he said, like, there's a lot of franchises out there that really diss the fans, and it's something that really is creating a very big tumble in Hollywood that he wants to fix, essentially. Moving ahead, Bob Iger continues, "We have no doubt about that at all. We have many deals going on, too, to obtain tickets for the 5th Indy film. He's talking about Applebee's, most likely, by the way, guys. We pay no attention to these individuals trying to bring down a major property that belongs to Disney, and we have no respect for those that follow like that, trying to convince others to not see this film. It's becoming more apparent, however, that this did play a role in why Elemental did not meet box office expectations for us here at Disney, and it's beginning to get quite difficult to deal with that moving onwards. Whatever happens with this film, I think it's worth to remember that fans' loud opinions do affect creators and their artistic vision in the process of making it with their films and shows. This is oh so unfortunate that this has become the norm for us at Disney and other companies to deal with. Now, look, Bob Iger, alright, I don't think that you know what you're talking about. Basically, this is not essentially people really boycotting in the traditional sense as much as they want to call it that. Some fans will think it's a boycott, that's okay. But really, what's happening is it's a big disinterest among fans. And they are getting very desperate. This whole Applebee's thing is not only cringe, I'm seeing it like every second now through ads. Applebee's, Applebee's, Applebee's. It's so repetitive to the point where it has become a nuisance in and of itself. And apart from that, a lot of you guys have been reporting to me that apparently Disney did something very, very low, where they had the PA system over in New York City in the subway system, of course, actually having this alert sound effect that's really meant for emergencies or for an attention grabber for, you know, upcoming updates for the railroad, stuff like that. And followed by that alert sound was an Indy 5, the Dial of Destiny advertisement. Can you believe that? A lot of you guys have been telling me this, of what's been going down in New York City, and Disney's doing that, and they're not even using ad space on the walls. They're using the PA system to promote Indy 5 that's really meant for emergencies and updates regarding the railroad. That is on a whole new level of low, and it is a real thing. People have been reporting this to me, and have been reporting this online. Try to go ahead and look it up elsewhere. It really is just laughable at this point. I mean, to the point where Disney has to go to that extreme, I think it just goes to show you that they really know what's coming with this film. And hey, look, is there a possibility that this is going to be completely, you know, a turnaround where this movie somehow, some way meets their box office results through the Applebee's sales? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see exactly what that's gonna, you know, contribute to, but look, Disney is very sneaky, they're snaky, very shady company, I believe, at this point in time. Indy 5, when you look at this movie, it just goes to show you that it is, once again, another Last Jedi situation, where it really waters down a popular, iconic character into becoming a broken man, led by a fixer-upper, that being, of course, the female lead in this role. I call basically Helena Shaw the Rey of Indiana Jones, simply put. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.